Fantastic. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so go back to your packets. We're going to go to the next exercise before we go to lunch. Let's see what time we have. Yeah, okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is when you make an offer, one of the things that we're going to do now is we're going to take away the risk from your prospect. Okay. So in a business transaction, the buyer typically feels like they have a lot at risk, even when they're scheduling a free call, all right? Even when they're scheduling a free call, okay? Risking their time, their money, and possibly even looking and feeling stupid. Use this exercise to identify the risks that your prospective customer is facing, then create ways to take those risks away. And for extra credit, see if you can turn the risk around so that your offer is better than risk-free. So let me give you an example. Now, whenever we're selling an information product, we always do a 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, so that's just for information products. So I'm not talking about, if I'm doing live coaching, that's time for money, that's different. But if it's just an information product, we always put on a 30-day money-back guarantee. And so that's an example of how we can remove the risk for somebody to purchase one of our programs. But then how can I make it actually better than free? I can make it better than free by saying to somebody, and here's how we sell this. When I'm telling somebody, okay, you can buy profitable Facebook ads step by step. And we're going to send you an email. And if within 30 days you haven't gotten all the likes you think you should get, if you haven't gotten all the clicks you think you should get, if you haven't gotten all the emails you think you deserve, if you haven't gotten all of the customers you think you should deserve, just go to your email, hit reply, and ask for your money back, and we will give you a full refund of your whole $7. We'll give you a full refund, and I will even let you keep the course. That's how confident we are. You're going to not like this program, but you're going to love it. Okay? So that's better than free. And we do that every now and again. Somebody says, I want my money back. It really happens very, very, very rarely, like 1% of the time. But every now and again, somebody says, hey, I want my $7 back. Here you go. And they get to keep the username and password. We let them keep access to the course.
I was wondering, is it digital information or it's?
It is digital information.
But so it's like not something they could return anyway, but it's.
Well, we would just remove username and password access. But in this case, we give them and they do have to do this within 30 days. We give them their money back, and they get to keep access to the program. Okay, that's an example of a better than free guarantee. Okay, now when it comes to the scheduling the one-on-one time. Now, obviously, they're not paying for a free 15-minute consultation, but here's an example of a way to make your free one-on-one better than free. You can say, I'm going to on this call, we're gonna lay out your plan to give you the exact steps and specific instructions to grow your business now. And if you didn't think that our time was well spent and we wasted your time, at the end of our call, you just say so, and I'll give you free access. I'll give you my ebook for free. I'll give you my program for free. The $7 program, for example. Okay. That's a way that you can make your free 15-minute call even better than risk-free. So it's risk-free and then some. Okay, now I know some people who do, they'll say, hey, you schedule a 15-minute one-on-one, and if at the end of our one-on-one call you didn't think it was worth your time, you say the word, and I will PayPal you $200. Think about that for a second. Totally bold. They do it all the time, and almost no one ever, to my knowledge, like none of them ever have anybody actually ask them for the $200. But if they did, they would. They would. I'm not saying you need to do that, But just think about, that's an example of a way to make getting on the phone with you better than free. Okay? You can offer somebody
It becomes not free, it becomes like, oh my God, this is actually worth $200.
yeah,
And
of course.
if it's a good ebook that you offer, they might even come back.
Of course.
They say, you know what?
If you and they'll there may be somebody who even they just want to test you to see if you would do it, and you'd be like, hey, yeah, this was the deal. I will give you your username and password. I'll send you the ebook. I'll do whatever I said I would do. And sometimes they go, wow, I just wanted to see if you would actually do it. Okay, I'm in. Sign me up for whatever it is that you have. That's happened before.
And I had a client, she put the deposit, and I told you she had to back out for financial reasons. But she said, can I still have access to the library, to the VIP library? I said, you know what? How about, since this is a $3,000 value, how about, we call it even. You get access,
Yep.
but I keep the $350.
Cool.
Absolutely. I got such a big value out of it. And
Fantastic.
For me, it doesn't cost anything.
Doesn't
It's so
cost anything
valuable.
to give
They got
another person.
$250 like that.
It doesn't cost you a thing to give another person a username and password.
Yeah.
So that's what's
Exactly.
lovely about information
Yeah.
products. Okay. So
Very generous.
write down. So right now we're going to take 5 minutes. Write down, number one, what are the biggest risks that your prospective customer faces when they buy whatever it is that you're offering, even if what you're offering is free? Okay. Number one, what are the biggest risks that your prospective customer faces when they buy what you're offering? Number two, how can you remove the risk from the transaction with a guarantee or an addition to the offer? Money back guarantee, performance or results guarantee, fully refundable deposit for a period of time. A lot of people who are in this program signed up with a fully refundable deposit for like 7 days. Okay? We do that all the time. That works incredibly well. All right? So go ahead and take 5 minutes right now. To write down. Lori?
This is the place that I get really, really stuck.
Okay.
So the kinds of things that I put down that are risks are them feeling like they spent their time in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
Like this wasn't worth their time.
Mm-hmm.
Getting criticism from supervisors or the Board of Ed for intangible, hard to see or understand results.
Oh, good.
Why is that money being spent? Because it's taxpayer money.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If they're not spending it out of their own pocket, which
Yeah.
they could pay either way.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like they didn't get anything they didn't already know or could have accessed for free on their own somewhere else, like kind of feeling stupid, like
Yeah.
it's so simple.
Right.
Why I shouldn't have to pay for this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They learn something, but there's still work to be done, so they don't see how they really save time.
Okay.
And then being vulnerable or experiencing shame.
You did a really good job tapping into your customers' fears. So now how can you remove those risks? How can you...
The ways I looked at it is through either the fully refundable deposit or the money back guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To give creating like some sort of rubrics or criteria that I hold them accountable to, so that we ensure they have measurable results to share with their board or with whomever. And having rules of the program, safe ways to share confidential or sensitive information.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only things I can.
Okay, good. You did a really good job. So I mentioned a couple things in this. Let's start off. I mean, for sure, for everyone, one of the things that you want to do is take away the risks for a free 15-minute consultation. All right. So this is the free 15-minute consult. And part of what you were talking about was your big 6-month high-end program.
Right.
Okay.
15-minute consult, usually that would be
Okay, good. Okay. So what I did here is I wrote examples of different products and or programs that you might offer to your people at different levels. And, we can talk about what, how do you guarantee and what can you guarantee and that sort of thing, okay? Free 15-minute consult. Okay, so you said that one was easy. And in fact, let me go and hear from a few other people. Go ahead, did you?
Say one irony with that one though sometimes
Uh-huh.
for my clients is they won't want to take advantage of a free 15-minute consult because they think my time and what I have to share is worth more than being free. But then they won't take this next step. I can't get them over the hump to then invest.
So,
Just take advantage of the free 15-minute. Let's schedule something.
so remember, a feature that nobody cares about is a free 15-minute consult. It's the benefit and the result. Yeah, so these are just, I'm listing kind of the features here, okay? And, like I have a bunch of different information products. The word information product has no value to anybody, but attract customers now from Facebook so that you can fill your high-end programs. People pay $2,000 for that. All right, so this is just a list here. All right, and we'll talk about what you can guarantee and how you can do so. So who else has got us some risks and guarantees? Go ahead.
I listened to a talk by Dan Kennedy,
Mhm.
and he listed like a whole bunch of fears that people have. But one that stuck out for me was people are afraid that they made the wrong decision.
Buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse, yet again.
Mhm.
They look foolish for others.
Yep.
And they are embarrassed and they don't. What I usually do, always, even at the end of every promo video I do for anything people pay for, I say, okay, take a moment, take a deep breath, put your hands on your heart center, close your eyes, take a deep breath and ask yourself, does this resonate with me? Is this right for me? Just a technique, whatever it is that works, a technique for them to know that decision comes actually from them, not from me.
Good.
And it's that kind of like what I do in the one-on-one session then,
Mhm.
if they are struggling with the
Okay,
decision.
so that's a good way to get them, but how do you remove the risk?
So the risk is removed by having the exercise.
How do you know?
Did I misunderstand?
That's a way to get them to purchase something from you or to sign up, but how do you remove the risk?
For
So
making the wrong
first,
decision?
yeah, so remove the risk of potentially having buyer's
I would
remorse.
probably offer then the first level of my galactic workshops if they're not satisfied.
Great.
Guaranteed.
Awesome.
Guaranteed.
Guarantee.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sell you this, and what do you charge for that program? The Galactic program, all 6?
For my 6 months program or for the workshop?
The one you were just telling me about. I don't know
The
which
one
one you were
it's-
talking.
It's $42.
Great. So that's a great example. It's like that's a great way to remove the risk for these
It's in
first 2
relation
levels.
to the 15 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. So if at the end of 15 minutes, you didn't think that our consultation was worth your time, I will gift you this Galactic program.
Level 1, which gives you all the protocols to make contact.
I will give you all the protocols to make contact information product.
Yeah.
So you just described it in the benefit as opposed to just ticking off the name. Okay. Good. Very good.
Okay.
So I was looking at the opposite where people have a doubt or a fear that they get the 15 minutes, find value, and then they can't afford the program. So they wet their whiskers, but they can't have the bath. Not that.
All right. So
So
how do you remove that risk?
that they'll go away with value
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless.
Because that worries from your side, not the customer's side. What you just described that they can't
Okay.
afford it. So tell me about your customer's risk.
Oh no, I've heard that.
Tell me about what's your customer's fear?
Yeah.
What's their risk, and how do you remove it?
That they won't be able to afford it.
Um,
You're saying that
No,
that's me.
that's
not
you.
them, but
That's you.
Actually been told that by.
okay, so let's
So,
let's move on to a customer who can afford it, and they can buy what. Let's just go with the free 15-minute consult. What is the risk to your customer for signing up for that consult?
That they, like, time has already been brought up. That, it's a
That they
waste of
wasted 15 minutes
They
of their time. That's the main risk.
Okay.
That they wasted 15 minutes of their time.
And that I can't, that they don't like me. I wrote down.
They
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 find out
risked
we're not
that.
a match.
Yeah,
They
they found out that it was not a match, and they took the time to put it on their calendar. They could have done something else. They wasted their time, and they talked to you, and it wasn't a fit. That's the risk. How can you remove that risk for them?
We'll offer them the ebook.
Okay, there you go. Okay, and so that's a great example of for this level. And you can also I'm gonna talk to you about how we do it for these higher levels as well. But what's another risk for, let's say, from your group?
Could I ask for her a question?
Go ahead.
So if you had, JV partners, if you had joint venture partners or other psychics that you worked with, would it be appropriate to offer like a referral to somebody else? If they said, well, we don't feel like a match? Or
I
you
don't
wanna
see the
keep them in your
context.
bucket?
Yeah, I think it feels like you're talking about two different things there.
Okay.
Because if you have a referral partner,
Right.
Who-
Right. Had-
somebody who refers, so let's call them an affiliate.
Right. That
and
we
if-
refer back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, and you refer back and forth. So like
I have that, actually.
generally when we're talking about like selling information products in the online space, people usually, we would call them an affiliate. They would refer you a client who buys a program from you, and you pay them a commission. If that client refunds within a 30-day window, they don't get their commission. That's kind of generally how it works. So I don't know if that's what you were talking about or not.
No, but this was more specific to something. I mean, she was saying it felt like it wasn't a good fit.
Yeah, but the you wouldn't give somebody a referral who you didn't know, like, and trust.
Yes.
That wasn't going to help the person that you were referring anyway. So I wouldn't
I see.
use that as a.
And then you said first realization risk. Your first one, somebody will get in there and really want it, but no, they don't have the money, so they'll avoid the consultation altogether. 'Cause
You-
you don't want that.
Well, then you're done.
That person's not a customer anyway. So get
That's-
next.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
You,
what about if they're
Ticket,
afraid
take a
they'll get
ticket.
pressured? That's-
okay, that's a big fear. This is a really good one.
I put
This
fear
is-
of being pushed to purchase.
Fear of being sold, and this is a good one. It's like, oh, this is just going to be a sales call. Great one. How can you remove the risk for that? So, like, let me just give you an example. A lot of times when we are telling people to sign up for the one-on-one, if this is a concern of ours, we would say, now this 15-minute consult, first of all, tell them the benefit of the consult. You can say, this is not a sales call. We're going to help you develop your psychic abilities. We're going to lay out the exact steps and give you specific instructions so that you can go out and start your own practice. This is not a sales call. And if, and I've done this before in our emails when we're trying to fill this program. In our emails, we say, we're going to hop on the call for 20 minutes. I'm going to lay out the exact steps that you need to go and build your six-figure business that you can work from anywhere. And if I determine that you're not a fit for our program, I'm going to refer you to a resource that can help you do whatever it is that you need. I know pretty much everybody in the business. I'm going to refer you to a resource, and so that way you're going to get I'm going to refer you to a resource. Okay, so how you articulated it to me sounded like I'm going to refer you to another psychic or something like that for a referral fee. So maybe that's not what you mean, but that's what I understood. So that's okay. So I'm going to give you a resource that will help you as an example to remove the risk if that's what somebody's afraid of, because that's a big one. A lot of people are saying, it's going to be a sales call. I don't want to get on that. Okay, so that's a great way to avoid that. What else? What else? What are the risks?
I put fear of commitment.
Okay, what kind of commitment?
So, like, in the interviews, a lot of people know what they have to do, but they're just like, they're comfortable with how they're doing. Like,
they're uncomfortable, but they're just comfortable enough with their uncomfortability to not do anything about it.
Okay.
Familiar, thank
So
you.
that's not really a risk. So say that in a way that's a risk to your prospect. So let me just see if I can connect a dot here.
Okay.
All right, in a 12-month program, what's one of your risks?
You're gonna have to put yourself out there.
Well, yeah, but in a 12-month program, what's one of your risks?
At the end, you got nothing.
Well, sure, that's definitely a big risk. What's another one? You got to be in it for 12 months. You're going to pay every month for 12 months. Even if you don't like it, you're still going to pay.
Well, yeah, that's commitment too. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so that's commitment. So that's
You're gonna have to commitment. You're gonna have to change things. You're gonna have to put yourself out there.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to pay money.
You have to
You're
work
gonna have to take
more.
out time. You're gonna have
you're going to have to work more. You're going to have to take over time. So these are all fears that your clients have that you want to be ready to address, okay? And now there are some things you can guarantee and there are some things you can't. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. Go ahead.
And I realized with my own objection I had with you signing up, because I had already a full schedule every month,
Mm-hmm.
and now I realized after where I was talking with you, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot fit that into my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a good way to address that is also, I don't remember our conversation really, but I feel I would probably tell my people to help them to focus so that they're less overwhelmed and less overworked.
Mm-hmm.
To do actually the right steps that are really efficient, like do the one thing per day.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
exactly.
So let's talk about, and so what we did is we gave you a fully refundable deposit period. Okay, so, all right, so going on this, the free 15-minute consult, you can remove the risk by, first of all, letting people know it's not a sales call, telling people the benefit that they're going to get from the call. At the end of the call, if they don't feel that they've gotten all the value, if you want to give them an info product or to give them something, you can. That's a great way to remove the risk. Info product, real straightforward, 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay? If they didn't get all the things that they should get, 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you want to, you can sweeten the pot by saying you get to keep the program. If you want to, okay? I like to do that on my lower-end programs. I do it on a lot of the programs. And we get less than 2% of people ask for that. That's attract customers now from Facebook with plus the bonuses. The bonuses are altogether zero time. It's a 12-module course plus the bonuses, and if you add all the pieces up, it's worth like $9,000. Yeah, it's a video, but remember, the last thing that I would ever do is say, yeah, it's a 12-module online course. I'm going to go through and tell you all the benefits of that program, and people have paid $2,000 for it. Yeah, in fact, when I taught it live, people paid $6,000 for it. Okay? I lowered it down to $500 with the bonuses, and we've now sold, like $450,000 worth of it. Okay? So, in an info product, real easy, 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also do the better than free guarantee that we mentioned. Okay? On your groups, all right, so things that are time for money. Okay? I really don't believe that you should do refunds for time for money, because if it's your time, and people also don't generally expect to do refunds for time for money, but it's totally okay to do like a refundable deposit period, all right? Totally okay. So we want to remove the risk, all right? So let's just talk about for a moment. We're going to get into, again, next month, we're going to go into a lot of detail about how you can offer a risk removal for somebody to join your 6-month high-end program. But one of the ways we do it is I tell people when I'm explaining the program, first of all, I'm going to turn an objection into a benefit. I'm going to say, first off, the program is 12 months. The reason why the program works is because when you get in, you can't get out. I said that to every single one of you. I don't know if you remember, but I read a script when I did it. Okay, no offense, but that's it. That is a benefit. When you get in, you can't get out. That's why it works. There might be a point where you want to get out, and you won't be able to. And I'm going to make you work and build your business, and we're going to do it together. Okay? And I smile the entire time I say that. All right?
And you look a little devious when you say that.
However,
Some kind of thrill out of it.
what I'm demonic, please, Sarah. That's a little over the top. Not even, and there's nothing devious about it. So, and check this out. And what we do is, here's a way to remove risk, okay, that works extremely well. So one of the things I do is if people say, that sounds really good, I don't know, I got to check with my spouse, I got to look at my budget, I got to do anything but sign up right now. No worries at all. Here's what we're going to do, because the course is beginning at this point in time. We need a decision, and what I'm willing to do is within 7 days. What I'm willing to do is I'm willing to schedule a one-on-one call, a one-on-one consultation, where I'm going to teach you, and what I'm going to do, and this is we'll get into all this detail next month. But if your biggest objection is, I'm not sure if I have the money to afford this, I'm going to show you how to get quickly your first 2 paying clients. We're gonna schedule a call to say, let's identify your clients, let's map out a plan to find those clients, and let's show you how to execute that plan so that you get your first 2 paying clients.
And I did it.
And you did it.
Yeah.
And I used that exact technique
Good.
with them.
And did it work?
Say the 7, yes, we'll check in. You get the better price
Mm-hmm.
by signing up right now, and you have the 7 days. And I'm going to check in with you.
So we're going to get the one-on-one consult to solve your big objection problem, whatever it is, and like 95% of the time it's about the money. So we're gonna do this one-on-one thing that's gonna help you solve your big problem or objection. I'm gonna give you in this instance, it's the first part of the program is your customer avatar, and we call this this program is called Attract Your Perfect Customer, which we sell this product standalone for $1,000. Okay, so here's what I say. What I'll do is within 7 days, I'll allow for a fully refundable deposit period, 7 days only. And what we'll do is within that 7 days, we'll schedule our one-on-one consult, which for me, we charge $2,000 a month for anybody to have one-on-one time. This one-on-one consult's worth $1,500. And on this one-on-one consult, we're going to solve your big problem objection. And I'm going to get you started on this program, which is month 1, Attract Your Perfect Customer. It's a $1,000 program. If at the end of this call, you don't feel that this program is right for you, you just tell me, and I'll refund your deposit, and you will have gotten a $1,500 consultation, and I'll let you keep the $1,000 program. So you're going to get a $2,500 value at no cost to you, at no risk to you. And I'm serious. If we get to the end of that call, you say it's not right for me, you get a refund. After that, if you're in, you're in. That's the deal. And this works unbelievably well.
You did it to me.
Yeah.
Because there's no risk.
But how do we do it in a non-marketing program when it's less?
Same exact way. We just ask people what is their big objection problem. Remember, we're going to get into great detail in this next month, but it's the same thing. What's their big reason for not doing it? Okay, now again, 90+% of the time it's going to be the money. All right? And so if they do seem like a candidate, they do seem like they really want it, what you can do is say, you know what? We're going to schedule a call next week, and we're going to hop on the phone, and we're going to see if we can problem solve and find the money. So I know a lot of energy workers that do this. See if we're going to hop on the phone.
The other thing I did was
Refer.
reminding people that they can refer to me, and that gives them the credit towards their program.
Great. Excellent. Another way to do it. Okay. And so you can do this fully refundable deposit, period. But you're only going to schedule, they're only going to get this $2,500 value if they put some money down. Okay. And so, what I say is if it's a $2,000 a month program, you give me $1,000 right now on the phone. We'll schedule it's fully refundable, so there's zero risk. We'll schedule our next call next week. We'll go through these things, and if at the end of that call you don't feel that this program's right for you, you didn't feel that it's worth every penny of what you paid, say the word, I'll give you a full refund, and you get to keep the $1,000 program. You get $2,500 worth of value.
Missed something you said. This is after the 15-minute call. This is what you're leading into, a $1,000 deposit?
So what I'm talking about right now is if I'm doing a sales call for the high-end group, because we talked about these other ones already.
What is the lower? That's why I question too. The low end group.
It's
What-
very, very similar.
similar, right?
Yeah, so for you guys, the high-end group that I talked about is it's the 2 30-minute one-on-ones plus the 3 60-minute group calls, and you're going to be charging the first 5 people at $700 a month, your next 4 people at $1,000, and your last 2 at $1,500. That's your high-end group model. Okay, that's what I'm referring to. Yes.
What if, I've had people, their major objection is the time. They go, oh no, it's too many meetings, how about twice a month?
We're going to get deep into the that's a whole. I've got an entire section next 2 months. We're going to be doing the simple sales system. We're going to go deep into objections. Okay, so this is not this. We're talking right now about taking away the risk. Okay, taking away the risk for your clients. All right.
I still just missed that one little thing. I got everything you said at the end. This conversation about let's schedule the call, let me take $1,000, no risk, no whatever, occurs at the end of a sales call.
Yes.
Where you basically help them find.
Yeah. So if I'm doing a sales call for my 20K club, and I literally last week had another new person sign up in our 20K club, the woman from the United Kingdom. Just signed up, and this is exactly how she signed up. She really wanted to come in, but it's a $24,000 commitment, so she wasn't sure. And so I said, here's what we'll do. We'll do, what's your big concern? Money. Great. We'll schedule a call to help you figure out how to get the clients to solve your big problem. So the important part about that was I'm helping her solve her problem. I didn't say we're just going to schedule a call to do this thing. That might not have been her problem. It's we're going to solve her problem on this call. In order to do that, she must put down a fully refundable deposit today. And on that call, we're going to do our one-on-one consult to help you solve your problem. I'm going to give you access to this program, which is step 1, month 1 of our program. And if at the end of the call you say, yeah, you know what, this isn't for me, no worries, I'll give you $1,000 back. And you get to keep the program, and you just basically got a $2,500 value for free. So that, yeah, you were a 24-hour one. Yeah, and
To me now, you can give it to me tomorrow.
yeah. So and we're gonna go. So I'm not. This is not the time to go into the simple sales system. We're gonna do this for the next 2 months. Okay. All we're doing right now is how do you remove the risk for your client, and for what? For whatever it is, for a free 15-minute consult, for them purchasing an info product, for them purchasing group consultation with you. How do you remove the risk?
I just wish I would have known this before because I did not get the confirmation text from the girl yesterday. So I
Confirmation
haven't-
for what?
for her getting into the 6-month program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can still do it. It's okay. And I have to teach this to you in steps. Okay.
So it's part of the simple sales program, you said something about then I'll jump on the phone with them to see if we can find the money.
Yeah.
Was that after all of this stuff, or are you going to?
That's so if your client's problem is that they don't have the money, but they really, really, really want to do your program. So we say, okay, tell you what, and let's say your program is $700 a month to start with them. You say, okay, no worries. If we were able to find the money for you, would you be willing to sign up now? Or for example, if the money wasn't a problem, would you sign up right now? Assuming they say yes, then you say, great, here's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing, if you can put down a fully refundable deposit today, within 7 days, we'll schedule our next call. And on that call, we will problem solve and find the money. And I will give you the exact plans and specific instructions to do whatever it is that they want to hire you for. If at the end of that call, you didn't find the money, you don't think you're ready, or it's not a fit, whatever, doesn't matter. You just say the word and I'll give you your refund back. And you don't have to get them to put down $700. You can say, you just put down $350 today, and we'll hop on a call and we'll find the money. All right, that is a way. We'll go into, again, all the details of how to do that, but this is simply a way to remove the risk. There's no risk for that person, because if they get to the end of it and they didn't think it was worth it, they get their money back. Okay? Good.
I just wanted to be a testimonial
Please.
to that proof in the pudding. That Brett did this exact thing with me. I had my husband sitting next to me because I didn't want to then go back to my husband and say, well, I really want to do this program.
Mm-hmm.
But let's have the convincing be him listening to Brett.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to do a program, and then he set up the pay now, then we'll do the phone call
Mm-hmm.
and address your problem, which was the concern about finances. And when we had the call, Brett said, hey, have you ever thought about doing a program, creating a program for teaching other psychics? Are there other people that would want to learn what you do? Oh, light bulb, okay.
That's how you can pay for the program.
That's how I can pay for the program. Yeah.
So we problem solved how Caressa could pay for this program by creating your own program for psychics. Because that wasn't the original intention when you signed up for our first call.
No.
Okay? And we problem solved. So that's an example. But the point for this context right now is we simply took away the risk. Deposit, fully refundable for 7 days. And then we'll get on the next call. We'll see if we can actually solve this problem. And if we have solved it to your satisfaction at the end, you jump in. If not, say the word, give you your money back. Okay?
So when you have one-by-one sign-up in over a longer period of time, just for efficiency sake, how can I structure that best for my flow? I have 1 week a month usually where I can block off time to do all these interviews, right? So if I have only, let's say, right now I have 2 signed up already. One I'm already doing one-on-one coaching because
This doesn't sound like a risk removal question.
no.
Okay, let's table that. Thanks. Okay. Any other questions on how do we remove the risk?
You said the long term, like if they're worried about if they get halfway through the group and they're really sick of it, how do I remove that risk?
Yeah, so again, there are some things you can, do money back guarantee, there's some things you can't. I don't recommend doing a money back guarantee when your time is involved, when it's your time for service. So part of this removing the risk is I tell people, hey, this will allow you to experience what it's like to work with me. And because that's a big part of the thing. They don't know yet what it's like to work with you, and they're going to be giving you $9,000. They already know that.
But they're thinking, well, a year is too long or it's too much money.
Yeah, okay. We're going to teach you next month on how to turn that into a benefit. Okay? And I don't recommend when you get people to sign up to a contract, you should hold them to the contract.
But just to remove, is there a way to remove risk?
The decision is, I'm going to recommend to you that, again, when somebody signs a 6-month contract, you hold them to it. Yeah, so I remove the risk up front because I want people to know, like, the reason why this works is that I'm not going to let you out of it. Okay, that's how you can turn a significant objection into a big benefit. Yeah, yeah, totally. And that'll help other folks who have wavering commitment come back in and recommit. And if I thought that would help, I would, but I don't know.
I had a coach one time tell me, she's like, whether you show up or you don't, you're still gonna pay me.
That's how I say it. I mean, whether you show up or don't, and for the, when people start consistently not showing up, I just let them know, hey, look.
Really crazy. It's like, I understand life's crazy, but whether you show up or not, you're still gonna pay me. And I'm like, I have to figure out how to make this work.
Like, that's right, and that's.
That was a huge service.
I mean, and think about it, as coaches, people hire you for accountability as that's like one of the top things that they hire you for is for accountability. Okay, so.
Did it help that I spoke with Raquel? She called me and she.
You tell me, did it help you that you spoke with Raquel?
Did it help me?
Oh, you mean for her?
She wanted to get.
Yeah, that's not a discussion for this group. So, okay, any other questions?
Quick one. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lori.
I was just gonna say, how often do you end up in these risk conversations? Is it every single client, or
No,
what
some
percentage is it?
there are plenty of people who just, I would say in the sales conversations, very few people are either a super solid yes or a super solid no. Maybe 15%. 15% of the time, we get to the end of the conversations, somebody says, sign me up with 0 objections. 15% of the time, we get to the end, and they're like, I'm absolutely certain this is not for me. Most of the time, they're somewhere in between. And we have to figure out whether or not they're a fit. And part of what I'm doing is I want to know, hey, are you qualified to be in my program? As opposed to me chasing the money. And
This is a totally new muscle for me because I've either always had someone else having these conversations for me,
Yep.
or people just coming to me and saying, "Can you do this for me?" And I'd say yes.
and that's the best. So that's the best. The word of mouth marketing that worked well for you is the people coming to you saying, hey, can I just pay you to do this? Like, that's the best scenario because they're already.
There aren't enough of those.
I understand, but today, good one today, absolutely. Does anybody else have any other thoughts or questions about risk removal?
Yeah, just a very quick logistic question. You talked about keeping the membership as one of the risk aversion tactics, letting them have access to the membership site.
Yeah.
Would that apply to a Facebook group also, or do you set that?
It
Facebook
can.
group? Is that okay?
Yeah, it can, absolutely. Yeah, so.
I would wonder about their influence on the other Facebook group members.
Yeah, I certainly don't worry so much about that, and it's happened very, very few times where I've let somebody into a Facebook group on a trial period and they've left. They pretty much never make one post ever because they already had one foot out the door anyway. And so they tend to have a huge lack of participation. And if they ever did anything inappropriate, I would just send them a text, say, hey, looks like this isn't for you. Let's just invite you to leave, So, yeah. So the last thing you want to do is try and, in this refundable period, somebody who doesn't want it is try and beg for their business. No, you want them out. So anyway.
This is your non-refutable invitation.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions on risk removal?
I always have a little confusion when you're giving away a free lead magnet, then people know it's something you can get for free. Then it goes on your website as a resource or something, one of your info products. And how valuable is it since you're already giving it away for free to all these people?
Well, if you go back through your notes and look at the benefit that your customers are seeking, they put a value on it themselves. So if you created your lead magnet to be a solution to a problem that they have, then they're going to think it's very valuable. Okay, so when you, I'm hearing you use the features words. Features have no value. So focus on the benefits. That's what people pay for. All right?
So that will feel like an accommodation or a lack of risk if they know they're getting that. It's almost like, well, if you failed them on the call, why are they gonna want more of your stuff?
Yeah.
That's what I mean, if they perceive you failed them on the call, they're getting more of you.
When you say,
it's
you're
such a
saying
big
you
benefit.
failed them on the call, I don't understand.
Well, you're saying you take away the risk by saying, you didn't get what you needed from me on this call, I'll give you more of my stuff.
It's kind of like you go get a haircut and they don't get your bangs right.
You go back to the
Okay,
viewer.
and they're like, "Well, I can fix it for you,
Yeah,
right?"
you're
So
like,
they're
"Okay,
making
I
it. It's available. They will fix it for you,
So-
but you're not going to take them up on the offer. So the same thing with them. They'll be like, "It's available. Like she'll make good to make me feel better, but I don't really need it or want it, so we'll just leave."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the very, very few times, if somebody says, hey, this product isn't good, we give them their money back, they keep the username and password, most of the time they don't come back in and access it. I mean, so who cares? So anyway,
What is it you're willing to offer it?
all right, so we're going to break for lunch. Okay, so welcome back from lunch. Tell me about lunch. Who sold something? All right, let's hear it, Cressa.
Alrighty, I sold a 15-minute one-on-one with Asara.
Yeah.
All right,
And
fantastic.
she bought lunch for me.
That was sweet.
Exchange.
Energy exchange, there you go. Good.
And I booked, loosely scheduled, booked 3 interviews
Great.
with people I met here at the hotel.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Fabulous.
Running into,
Did both of those young ladies do it with you?
yeah.
Yeah, the two that we were talking about.
This one goes all over the place.
Yeah, wow.
She was
That
going
is
to that
great.
restaurant And selling her thingies everywhere.
That is fantastic. Congratulations. Let's give Chris a hand. That's awesome. Okay, who else sold something or reached out to sell something? Who else did?
We didn't complete our transaction, but I sold Sean a song.
A song? How does that work?
She has to sing it.
I'm gonna sing it. I'm gonna sing her a song.
All right.
Oh my God, that's fabulous. Talk about doing it, letter of the law.
Okay, so who else sold something?
I
Sean.
reached out to someone who was a big fan in my group last fall that I would love to
Great.
see get into the mastermind. She lives in LA, so
Excellent.
I let her know I'm driving to SLO. I'm hoping we can get together tomorrow. She didn't pick up.
It's okay. But how did it feel to even just do that?
I have been putting that one off, and I am placing too much pressure on myself around these because they feel like that little group who loves me, but they're not signing on yet. It feels like, oh, that's my only real pool to draw from. I've got this
Mhm.
guy that they have to already be in love with me to pay this much money,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know where else to get clients from. So yeah, it feels like a little too much pressure, more than I would like.
Okay, and you're putting that pressure on yourself.
I am, I know
So what I would like to know though is how did it feel though to check that off your list?
that felt good, especially because there's a time element that if I had
Good.
forgotten, then I would have been driving by her.
Great.
Tomorrow. Yep. And I also reached out to my assistant to get some other things that relate to positioning myself to call 3 other people.
Okay, good. Who else?
Have you ever
Who
stressed
else?
out about that though? She sounded so calm when she was doing it. It sounded very easy. So
Yeah.
Good.
I love this person.
Who else did something? You just said that's okay. So what did you send the email for? What was it about?
Checking up on somebody,
For what? The purpose of what?
therapy session.
Okay, great. All right, fantastic. Yes, Sarah?
I texted a good friend of mine. So we had that lunch together, and
Mm-hmm.
somehow I said, I have to do my homework right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, there's somebody that you know actually that you should contact. And
An
She-
old friend.
an old friend, and she will know people who will benefit from that session. And I think in general, that is such a great approach. So
Mhm.
I texted her just now, and I texted, would you or anyone you know be interested in that session?
Yeah,
And I think that's such an
Good.
opener. I thank you so much for that, really.
good,
Yeah.
that's what I did too.
good. What did you do?
I just reached out to 3 people and asked them if they knew anybody because they're influencers.
Fantastic. Great. I'm so glad you did that. That's exciting. Fantastic. Congratulations.
I actually did. I did made the $6,500 text as well, though.
Okay.
I
What?
did reach
Tell me,
out.
what is that?
So, well, because she didn't respond yesterday about moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I just said, hey there, what's the update? I need to hop on a quick call.
Cool.
And I haven't heard back.
Okay. That's fine. Good. Great. All right. Excellent. Everybody did a great job. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Did you?
Well, I reached out. Well, I'm like you in some respect. I hate writing email.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote an email. It took me most of the 90 minutes.
That's okay.
To write it. But I wanted to target specific people, and I wanted it to include some of these, emotional words. These
Yep.
I wanted to get it just right.
Great.
So I spent the time doing that and sent it to, actually just sent it to 2 more people.
Cool.
And so hopefully maybe by the end of the day,
Good.
Again, I'll get some response.
Well,
Well, 15-minute.
Excellent. And now, that could be also a template
Yes.
to make it. Now you can send out more and more with some minor changes.
Yes.
And so, think about the proactivity of taking the time to send those emails versus what we do in the morning of, getting on and reading emails. Those are everybody else's agendas. What you did will make you money, and if it wasn't this time, it's next time, and it's something that you keep doing it. So I just want to say congratulations to everybody. Way to get out of your comfort zones. Did you guys like that? I mean, that you actually did it. You took some action.
It's done, yes.
It's done, feels good. Okay.
I
Go ahead.
realized I also followed up with, there's a client trying to cancel on me now, has a 4-month commitment to ongoing counseling with, or ongoing sessions with a 4-month minimum, and she was gonna move into my high-end group, and now she's backpedaling, and I took Brett's letter that he offered me and really tweaked it a lot and sent it off to her last night, basically saying, we have an agreement, and I'm gonna stand for you to stand for yourself. So I did follow up with her and left a message too about I will make time to meet with her tomorrow if she wants
Great.
to talk. But it feels like really it is like selling to keep somebody from leaving.
Well, and we'll talk more about that, but that's part of also upfront getting them to sign a contract, and that's okay. You're evolving, going through this process, and as you start to sign up people going forward, you're going to do so on an agreement, on a written contract. Okay. So great job, fantastic. Anybody else? Jeez.
I sent 2 emails, and I learned that one of my former clients is now in Michigan as
Mhm.
a superintendent, and I didn't know she moved. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out now how to reach out to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tweeted to invite people. for
Cool.
council.
All right, good. Awesome. Well, congratulations. I'm impressed that everybody did something. So that's great. And, several of you got some real results out of that. That's awesome. Okay. And when we go back to the one big thing, what did our one big thing over there? Okay. One thing that I wanted you to get out of this exercise is what you did just now helped you with that one big thing. Pretty much everybody did something that gets you a little bit closer to filling your 2016 high-end program. All right, so if you are at a loss as to what do I do with my one big thing, just go back and think about, okay, can I send emails out to get one-on-one consultation scheduled to the 15-minute consultation? Probably the easiest default is, okay, how can I get a few more people on, how can I schedule a few more one-on-one consultations? And you don't need to run Facebook ads for that. You don't need to do the photo album stack. You don't need to answer emails. It's just word of mouth marketing, finding the people who you can schedule one-on-one consultations with, okay? And if you do that consistently, you will fill your program. Absolutely, you will fill your program this year, okay? And that's why we want to keep that as our highest priority, because once you have the cash flow coming in, it just changes everything. Everything becomes easier when you have cash flow, right? Everything. Okay, so that's why we want to focus on that one big thing more than anything else, all right? Go ahead.
May I ask a question about strategy?
Sure.
The question I had earlier.
Uh-huh.
I want to integrate that with my current business already, and so I try to streamline a lot of things,
Sure.
as I said. And so as slowly people are signing up for my program, right?
Mhm.
This can, with going with your awesome workshops, it keeps getting better and better. But meanwhile, I have one already. I'm working for 1 month already. I can do that. I can give him all these individual sessions.
Okay.
Right? No problem. But now I have 2, and after 3, I have to start group calls because it's impossible for me to carry more, and
Sure.
I might even have to to only do group calls.
Okay.
not even
So
one-on-one
right now, you have
sessions.
two people who are signed up with you. Are they signed up on a 6-month?
6 months.
Okay, and right now, are you giving them just one-on-one sessions?
The first one had one-on-one sessions only. The second one, she has not started her program yet. She just signed up. She paid for it,
Mhm.
and I will start her in mid-March.
S- So put them both together as the group, and they're your first. And it's, by the way, it's okay to have a group of 1. I started my programs with a group of 1. Nothing wrong with that. And the really great thing about this format is people can start at any time.
But what about the concept of my teachings for 6 months? Won't they lose
Nope,
the first? I mean, not lose, but they have to catch up so much.
don't do it that way.
No.
So because you have the one-on-one time, you can get anybody caught up quite easily.
You can do more questions and answers.
You can,
maybe?
well, sure,
Not
you
too
can do
much
more Q&A, but here's with this program. So I've created 15 programs. We've, like 13 of them are actually on our website for sale right now. Every single program that we created was birthed in my high-end mastermind. And the reason why that works and why this works so well is because when you're doing your one-on-one sessions with your clients, you're going to be asking them, hey, what's your big problem this week that I can help you solve? What are you working on right now that I can help you solve? And when you have more than one person,
Again? I'm so sorry.
you're going to be asking them, what's your biggest challenge?
Right.
Okay, this week, what's your biggest challenge this week? What are you working on this week? And I'm going to recommend, especially for the business building ones, if you get people to do the one big thing. Okay, so what's your one big thing this week? What are you working on this week? The overlapping answers, what you'll find is people will be working on similar problems. Okay, and especially with business building, it's really easy. It's all about how to get customers. So it's this month, hey, I need to build my email address, email list. This month, I need to build my Facebook following. This month, I need to get more appointments. And so, okay, I'm gonna teach for the next 3 weeks. I'm gonna teach you all about how to interview your customers. And then after that, the next 3 weeks, we're gonna teach you all about how to schedule one-on-one appointments. And the next 3 weeks, we're gonna do all about this particular
It's not
topic.
really building on top of each other. It's just more like this.
What you're doing is you're customizing the program to meet the needs of your customers.
Yes.
So and when you do that in the group setting, you end up creating a perfect program for your customers. In fact, what you do is you find the customers first and then you build a product for them.
Yeah.
The big mistake that almost everybody else makes is they go and make a product and then they try and find customers, and that does not work very well. Most entrepreneurs fail because they go and they create a product that they think we would want. I'm going to create this product that I would love to buy, and then I'm going to go find a bunch of people who want to buy it, and it just doesn't work. Better to go find the customers first through your coaching clients, ask them exactly what they need, spend time with them, really understand what they need, and then create a solution.
Yeah.
And you've got your built-in customer right there. And other people will buy those programs. Okay?
It's
You-
funny. I knew it, what you say, and I didn't do it. And you
It's okay.
just made it perfect again.
Usually I usually explain what I just said on our first phone calls, and most of the time people don't really get it. So I probably said that one other time,
Yeah.
but it's overwhelming when we're on those calls usually, and now it's sunk in. So what's happening is you're getting paid when you fill your program. You're going to get paid to create your information products.
Yeah.
You will get paid to create.
Takes away a whole lot of minutia.
It takes away a whole lot of minutia, and you'll never have to wonder what program you should create, because your clients will tell you.
So in that, when I ask these questions, what is your biggest challenge this week, or what are you working on this week? Am I providing the answers in that same call, or did you say I will next week?
No, you can. I'm usually like helping them with whatever they need at that time,
Right.
but I'm also gathering the information from multiple clients, looking for the overlap and the patterns, which is usually, it's very, very obvious. Like, you don't have to go through a spreadsheet and search. It's just like,
Right.
here's the, like, I need more clients. What do I do?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, here's step one.
Yeah.
You know, so you'll be getting paid to create those information products.
Oh, thank you. I was starting to get a little, overwhelmed.
It's okay, I get it.
Oh,
Go ahead,
God,
Sean.
thank you.
So I have a list and pretty good open rates, and yet I've come to the conclusion I don't even expect people to sign on to my programs from that list or volunteer for a free consultation. I must be failing so miserably at. I mean, I'm learning how to do this where I really see them. I mean, they like what I write, but nobody, even when I did a big giveaway at New Year's about time with me, it's like, okay, time with me didn't mean anything to them, obviously.
Well,
they focus on results.
yeah.
How can I really reach out and find out who on my list would kind of love to actually do something with me?
Well, we can work more on that, because I still feel like you're talking in features.
Yeah.
Who wants time with me? Like, I don't know what that's worth. But if you go into the results that your customers want, it's worth a lot. Okay?
So Brett, quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
As you were describing this is gold. This building the product as you
Yep.
get information, because
Mhm.
the product now fits the real need.
Yes.
As we are right now in the stage of developing and putting out lead magnets, it feels like a disconnect that we don't have all that information yet, so that the lead magnet is congruent to what they need also.
The lead magnet doesn't have to have anything to do with the product or the program. And right now, your program is your live coaching, which is going to be far more valuable than the information product you create down the road. The live, and especially one-on-one, is far more valuable than the information product. That's why when I originally created my program, Attract Customers Now from Facebook, we were selling it for $6,000 because it was live and it was one-on-one with people over a 3-month time period. And then I started doing it in group sessions, and I charged $2,000. We ended up making more because we would have 8 or 10 people in the group. And then over time, I turned it in, and that had live sessions. And then over time, I turned it into just pre-recorded information products only, and then we sell those for $500. Okay, so don't worry about the information products. Don't feel like, I know when I started this, I would say, how can I possibly sell a program without having created it first? Logical question. And goes right back to the answer of the mistake that a lot of us make is we go and create a program that we think everybody wants because we would want it, and then we go try and sell it, and it just doesn't work. It's far better to say, I know what the outcome of the program is going to be. I'm gonna teach people how to go from 150 to 200. What are all the details in that? I don't know yet, but we'll figure that out. Because you can do it. You know it. You got it. Like, so, and the other part of it is you could also go and just lay it out from memory, but when you start looking at what the common questions are that people will have, it might have been a mismatch if you tried to do it without their input. It's far, far better to just ask them, what's your big problem this week? And then give them the answer and use that to start building your programs for step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay? Go ahead, Kat.
So I have all this stuff, right?
Yep.
All these workshops already created. Can you give like a menu of choices?
Well, in essence, you will be doing that, but you don't lay it out the way that you would lay out a menu at a restaurant. You choose for them. So essentially, like, let's have you be the French waiter that comes out with no menu, and he's the one that just decides what you should have. Here's what's good for you, okay? Or you're the doctor and you're giving them prescription. You're not asking. You're going to ask them what they need, and then you're going to give it to them. Okay, so don't say, what do you choose? Because then they get confused. They don't know what to choose. Okay?
I do.
Yeah, and you do.
Just really quick. It's 2 for 1,500, right? How many for 1,000?
4. So the formula here is how to get to more than $10,000 a month. Okay, and so you get your first 5 customers at 700, and by the way, when I say 700, it's $697 a month. Okay, so you get your first 5 at 700, your next 4 at 1,000, your last 2 at 1,500. Okay. Yes, that's correct. And 1,500 is $1,497. And by the way, I want to be clear about something. Does anybody know why we stair-step up these numbers?
You said first 5 clients, 700. The next 4.
At 1,000.
Okay, so that's up to 9. Okay, and then
The last 2 at $1,500 a month. This was I asked a loaded question intentionally.
urgency to get them to buy it now.
Well, you can use that in your sales conversations. I was asking you a trick question, a loaded question. This stair-stepping, this is not for the clients. This is for you. Confidence.
Yeah.
Because you don't know yet. Well, maybe some of you do, but people are going to pay you $9,000 for 6 months with you in your program. And all I'm offering you is an easy way to stair-step up to it. Okay? You know, when this was first presented to me and I first learned this, I was like, God, $1,500 a month, who's going to pay for that? And and now, like, we've had clients literally pay us $120,000, $10,000 a month for 12 months. So, like, now, this is easy now, but in the beginning, I didn't quite have the confidence to know, wow, will people really pay this? So this, it's actually for you, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. But what we're doing here is we're helping you have the confidence to see, all right, if I can sell $697, 1,000's only $300 more. That's not a big jump. That's a pretty little stair step, actually. All right, and then once you get these filled, then you're packed. Then it's actually pretty easy to go to 1,500. Okay.
I would think that I would have been putting in the time. I'm emotionally involved, and I am definitely $1,500.
You bet.
Right?
Absolutely.
And by that
Absolutely.
time, we feel
Mhm.
confident enough to, if somebody cannot afford it, $1,500, we already almost full. Our house is
Absolutely.
almost full, then it's all right.
Yeah, it's totally right. And having that confidence on your simple sales system conversations will help you get those last people in. Okay.
How important is it though to get more than, I got 2 in at pretty much 700, I sort of negotiated down.
That's okay.
There's a couple more really good candidates that I honestly didn't think can pay that. And
Yeah.
So is it okay to come down just so we have a nice little groove going and then we bring in more?
I would suggest you don't come down. And if you're having a simple sales system conversation and you're telling people, hey, look, I have a program that's $9,000, okay, and it's 6 months at $1,500 a month. We'd love to have you in, and they're like, oh my gosh, not even close. And they can't even get here. But maybe you have a program that's $1,500, not a month, just $1,500. It's a really easy sale to go from $9,000 to $1,500. It's called a downsell, okay? And so if you have and we haven't really gotten into this yet, but if you have an information product, or maybe you could create here's a weekend training that's $997. It's a one-time payment of $997 or 2 payments. That'll get you there. It's a really easy downsell. And now you're, instead of this person who really wants to work with you, but they just can't swing the $9,000 or the bigger program, they're still going to pay you $1,000, and you're still going to give them good information, and it'll be a great energy exchange, be a great transaction. So the idea is for you're going to be having these calls anyway, and you got somebody who's willing to pay, and it's a really easy downsell. Okay, so when I was doing the calls for this group, I have it on my computer. I can look at the numbers in a minute, but I think we did about 90 some calls. Okay, so 90 calls, and so we had 10 for this group, and we had 6 for my 20K club group. Okay, and so, but then I think I had 15 people buy some other program. Basically, for 90 calls, we ended up doing like $210,000 in sales. Okay, and the reason why but not all from this one group. I had downsells and I had an upsell. All right, we're getting a little advanced right now, so I don't want to go too far into the weeds. All I'm saying is when you create your program and we do your simple sales system, when you're going through that process, if somebody is clearly a no or they're just not a right fit, maybe they're a fit for a different program you have. And this is, you already got them on the phone. It's a great opportunity to have them purchase something maybe at a lower price. Okay? Well, it can be the exact same kind of thing. Doesn't have to be in place yet. It could be a great.
That's really good to know, because this next group I'm about to approach, I think very few of them will go with the high-end group, but they probably would go with.
Yeah, and so create a you know, like a 1 or 2 day training that sells for $500, and you know, go and do it and record it, and now you've got, once you have that recording, now you've got a great bonus for another program. Okay, so there's a lot you can do. There's a whole lot you can do. So let's.